Conquest Extreme is pretty straightforward. How can you give us any tips or guides to help us complete it? Well, I wouldn't be Bhlademyst if I didn't have any. So the first thing we must notice when it comes to the Extreme Conquest map is that there are no set restrictions. So you can use your set 1, set 2, and set 3 players all combined. Our first step is going to be to enter Manage Squad. And inside of Manage Squad, ideally you want to have 3 lineups. But one of the lineups is going to be the one that you use for the overwhelming majority of your Conquest grind, especially when you get to veteran difficulty, if not rookie difficulty games. This lineup right here, you will see has right-handed hitters as well as left-handed hitters, and then my best hitters overall that I enjoy playing with. This is my best available lineup. But if you're someone that does not hit well lefty-lefty or does not hit well righty-righty, then you might want to have tailor-made lineups based on who you are facing whenever you go against the CPU. So for example, our third lineup is a lineup tailor-made against left-handed pitchers. We have hitters that we are comfortable using that have great contact and great power versus left-handed pitching. And on the bench, instead of us going ahead and having a ton of right-handers as well, instead we have a full bench of left-handed hitters. That way, if the CPU goes ahead and brings in a righty and we're not good righty on righty, instead of leaving these right-handed hitters in, we would have a replacement for them. That way we always have the advantage. So if you're gonna have a lineup that's tailor-made to face left-handed pitching, then you're gonna need a lineup that's tailor-made to face right-handed pitching as well. And this is the lineup you see right here. These will be your 3 lineups. And inside of the left-handed hitting lineup, we're gonna have the bench full of righties, because if they bring in a left-hander, we want to have the advantage instead of having to hit lefty on lefty, especially in the early games where you're forced to play on Hall of Fame difficulty and it might be more of a struggle for you. Your second most important step when it comes to building these squads is going to be your rotation. If you have 599 overalls from set 1 all the way to set 3, you're gonna want to go ahead and plug those 599 overalls into your starting rotation. Now this next step is very important. Whichever pitcher it is that you want to start each and every stronghold game with, that pitcher you are going to move to 5th. So if I wanted Shane McClanahan to be my starting pitcher for every stronghold game, then he would be the 5th. Instead, I would rather have Bob Gibson because he has the highest hit per 9, and that to me is the most important thing when facing the CPU, just decreasing their PCI size as much as I possibly can. Another tip is that you're going to want to complete the Billy Wagner saves mission inside of Conquest. How does this work? Okay, you're playing on Hall of Fame difficulty and you're up 2-0, 3-0. As long as the game is within 3 in that final inning, if you bring in Billy Wagner and he basically gets the 3 outs without allowing the opponent to tie the game, then that is going to count as a save for him. If you are playing on Hall of Fame or All-Star or somewhere where you feel comfortable in terms of the difficulty or have a big lead, one thing you can also do in order to force a save is you can go ahead and bring in, let's say, a common pitcher that you put in here just to give up home runs with in order to make it a 3-run ball game, and then you bring in Billy Wagner. And a way you can give up home runs is easy. You can just basically let them hit a fly ball and then just let the ball bounce and go all the way to the wall and let them have inside the park home runs until the game is within 3. Now, I would not suggest doing this on Hall of Fame difficulty or All-Star difficulty if you are not comfortable at those difficulties. Instead, just go ahead and bring in Billy Wagner in the 3rd regardless so you can work on his PXP for him pitching 1 inning, even if he doesn't get the save. But once you get to that veteran rookie difficulty, those games where you are comfortable going ahead and giving up runs to where it's within 3, then you do want to bring in Billy Wagner there in order to get the 10 saves that you need to complete his mission. Now, before we jump into exactly how I'm going to help you, all I ask is that you hit that like button or subscribe button, notification bell, and check out the description for the Twitch as well as social media links. We're so close to 30,000 subscribers. I'm trying to hit it before August 1st. Let's see how close. If not, let's see if we can get there. What I'm going to be doing is giving you inside information. So this is subject to change based on roster updates, obviously, as well as transactional updates. But we are going to face each stronghold placing our 5th best starting pitcher. Therefore, I will see who their 5th best starting pitcher is, and I will be able to relay that to you guys per stronghold, and you guys will be able to set your lineup according to whether it's a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher, and then hopefully have an easier time, especially in the beginning at the higher difficulties. I will also suggest inside of this map when you want to steal fans in order to maybe play a couple of more strongholds at an easier difficulty while making the path in general easier in terms of difficulties as well. We're starting it off with the Rockies. The Rockies are going to have as their 5th best starter a right-handed common pitcher. It is going to be Connor Seabold, so stack your lineup in terms of contact and power versus right. Facing the Arizona Diamondbacks, their 5th best starting pitcher is going to be a right-handed pitcher. Versus the San Francisco Giants, you are facing a left-handed pitcher. The Dodgers started a right-handed pitcher against us, but it was Noah Syndergaard, so keep in mind that in the transaction updates coming this second, Noah Syndergaard is no longer on the Dodgers, so it could be a right-handed pitcher still, or they could change it to a left-handed pitcher instead. I would go ahead and bring your best lineup instead of a specific right-handed / left-handed, unless in the comments there's someone that lets you know, hey, I faced them with my 5th best and it was a right-handed or left-handed pitcher. The Arizona Diamondbacks had a right-handed pitcher. Now you can go on to face the Cardinals on All-Star difficulty, and you'll probably be able to face up to the Reds on All-Star difficulty, but I'm going to go ahead and take a risk here and skip the steal fans and see what happens. Okay, so the Rays moved to the right and no longer have 51 million fans. You guys can't see that because I'm blocking it. But we could actually just simply skip the steal fans once here, and you'll see why we did that. We have 30 million territories, so we're going to be able to reinforce 10 territories. Now steal at whatever you're comfortable at, but I would highly suggest stealing on at least All-Star difficulty. We're going to go against the Oakland Athletics, or if you know any team is worse than that, then you go against that team. But we're going to face the Oakland Athletics on All-Star difficulty. That way I'm facing them as if I were you guys, and we're going to steal 3 million fans on top of the reinforcements and face all of these guys maybe on veteran difficulty. The Oakland Athletics, just in case you're wondering, they have a left-handed pitcher as their 5th best. We're going to reinforce 20 million into this leading territory, and now with 20 million they all changed to 8 million, but that's going to be fine. We need to get to the Atlanta Braves on or before the 3rd turn. With 20 million we're going to be able to get here 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, and then 11. We should be facing them with 10 million fans, which should be enough to face them on All-Star difficulty if you are completing it on turn 2. And look at the beauty of it. You're facing the Cardinals now on veteran difficulty instead of All-Star. St. Louis Cardinals had a right-handed pitcher, and we're going to face the Cubs now on veteran still. Cubs had themselves another right-handed pitcher for us to face, and now we face the Reds on veteran. The Reds had a left-handed pitcher as their starting pitcher. We still are on veteran difficulty even though we got half the fans. The Milwaukee Brewers had a right-handed pitcher. We're now on to face the Pittsburgh Pirates on veteran difficulty as well. Pirates had a right-handed pitcher. Our plan is to continue on playing on veteran difficulty until we can't no longer. And once that happens, we will most likely skip the steal fans depending on how far away we are from the Atlanta Braves. The Washington Nationals had a right-handed pitcher, and we are still playing on veteran difficulty. The Mets also had a right-handed pitcher as their 5th starting pitcher, and we are still playing on veteran difficulty. This is absurd. The Philadelphia Phillies had a left-handed pitcher. We now face the Marlins, and it switches back to All-Star. So what we're gonna do, because we're trying to see how many games we can play on veteran difficulty, is we're gonna actually skip here to steal fans phase, and it seems that the Marlins do attack there. So I wanted to test it out. I wouldn't recommend skipping to steal fans phase there, because as you can see, if the Marlins do attack you and let's say they win the simulation, they will end up capturing your stronghold. So it would not be worth it to skip to steal fans phase there. Instead, I would continue on moving down until you capture the Atlanta Braves. To me, the pattern seems to be whatever the stronghold turns are, where you need to capture a stronghold before, that is where the next stronghold won't attack. So for example, because we stopped at the Diamondbacks, the stronghold afterwards did not attack us because they probably programmed it not to. But all the other ones probably do. Same thing here. If we would have gotten to the Atlanta Braves, the Seattle Mariners probably wouldn't attack us, but then every other stronghold besides, let's say, the Tampa Bay Rays stronghold would go ahead and attack us instead. Now, we are going to play another game on All-Star difficulty, and here you have to find the weakest team. The weakest team, to me at least, seems to be the Detroit Tigers. So we will go ahead and take on the Detroit Tigers on All-Star difficulty in order to get 3 million extra fans, as well as our roughly 12 reinforcements. So that's 15 million on top of 12. That's gonna be 27 million, and all of these territories will most likely move to 8 million territories. The Detroit Tigers had a right-handed pitcher. Now the strongholds have 8 million fans guarding them, and that is going to be more than enough to face the Miami Marlins on veteran difficulty and also the Atlanta Braves. And that's going to allow us to complete the goal of capturing the Atlanta Braves on turn 3 or before turn 3. The Miami Marlins are going to have a right-hander against you, and now you face the Atlanta Braves on veteran difficulty. The Atlanta Braves had a right-handed pitcher. The Seattle Mariners are going to be available to be played with on rookie difficulty. Now, I believe this could be, well, actually, I don't even know the reason behind it, because I don't see the Oakland Athletics anymore, and we did not capture their stronghold yet. Although, just in case this ever happens to any of you guys, if let's say you see double Kansas City, that means Kansas City most likely ate the Oakland Athletics. You will still get credit for capturing the Oakland Athletics when you beat Kansas City, wherever the Oakland Athletics original stronghold was. Now, I don't know why they have 5 million fans, but it doesn't matter to me because rookie difficulty is rookie difficulty. Seattle Mariners had a right-handed pitcher. We're going to face the Angels on veteran. Los Angeles Angels had a left-handed pitcher. The Astros are also going to be on veteran. The Houston Astros had a right-handed pitcher. We're now on to face the Rangers on veteran. The Rangers had a right-handed pitcher. We're now going to face the Kansas City Royals on veteran difficulty. The Kansas City Royals had a left-handed pitcher as their 5th, so we're going to face them again. It's going to be another left-handed pitcher. Since we already faced the Tigers when we stole fans, I know already it's going to be a right-handed pitcher as the 5th best. Once this stronghold is captured, you can go ahead and do one of two things. A, go and face this territory. I would highly recommend simulating if it is a high simulation, and then playing the White Sox, Red Sox, and all of those. Or you can go ahead and skip the steal fans phase. If you feel like you still need to steal fans in order to get an additional 3 million to the reinforcements you're going to get, which are going to be 15 on top of 18, then go ahead and knock yourself out. But if you feel like you don't need to steal fans anymore, you can skip the steal fans phase, just like I'm doing right here. Skip to reinforce, and you are going to reinforce 18 million, get to 33. With 33, we are now on turn 4. The next possible step for us to go ahead and reinforce once again is going to be at the Boston Red Sox. And I believe that by doing it like this, you're going to be able to still face every single territory on the lowest difficulty, and by turn 6 get all the way to the end of the map as well. The White Sox had a right-handed pitcher, and guess what? We're facing the White Sox again. The Red Sox have a right-handed pitcher as their 5th. We're going to face them on veteran. We're on turn 4. We just captured this stronghold, and there is an open territory, not a stronghold for us to capture. If we still want to reinforce, if we're not comfortable with 27, this would be the perfect time to do so. If you are not comfortable with the amount of fans you have in this leading territory and would like to steal fans, you can go ahead and steal some more fans from the Rays just to make it a little bit easier on yourself. But we're going to have 44 million fans here, and it's going to be turn 5 by the time we go to attack. Keep in mind that we need to capture the entire map before turn 6 ends. So yes, you still will get one more opportunity to go ahead and skip to reinforce one more time in order to face the next strongholds at even an easier difficulty. I mean, we're already getting these strongholds at rookie difficulty, so more likely than not, the next 3 strongholds, if we decide to do this on turn 6, because remember, it needs to be captured on or before turn 6. If we decide to do this on turn 6, The 3 strongholds will be on rookie difficulty, and then the final territory, which is 44 million fans, I highly suggest you play it. Do not sim it. Play it. That way you don't run into that simming bug, error, whatever the case may be, RNG, luck, where they just destroy you. But we'll go through it together. The Blue Jays had themselves a right-handed pitcher. We are now going into our final skip to steal fans, reinforce, and this will be your final reinforcement. After this, you can never skip in order to complete this map. So you skip to attack, you do this one simulation, complete the simulation. With 59 million, you should be able to capture the Baltimore Orioles, the Rays, and the Rays once again, or whatever 3 teams are there for you. It should be 58, 57, 56, because all of these games will be on rookie difficulty. Because it is on rookie difficulty, I doubt it matters to you at this point whether there is a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. So instead, just go with your best lineup available. Once you capture this stronghold right here at the Tampa Bay Rays, you're going to want to face the 44 million territory in terms of a game. So you'll have these 2 options. It'll say 55 million versus 44 million. It'll say simulate the game, and you'll probably have a medium to high chance, or you can play the game and you'll probably be able to get away with playing it on veteran. You're going to want to play that game on veteran, and if all-star is the lowest choice, then you're going to play that game non-stop on all-star until you beat that territory. And finally, you will be done with Conquest Extreme, and you will be awarded 25 program points towards your progress, as well as most likely getting the 5,000 PXP needed to go ahead and complete that Billy Wagner mission. Also, if you bring in Billy Wagner in the bottom of the 2nd, and let's say it's still a 3-run ball game, he will get the save if you keep him for the 3rd as well, since he came in whenever it was a 3-run ball game. So that is another way to get even more PXP while grinding saves for Billy Wagner. I did not know that before. We are 1 territory away from completing Conquest Extreme. If you go to the simulation, it's on medium. The highest we have it on is currently All-Star, so you are going to be required to play this on All-Star, whether you like it or not. So go ahead and knock it out on All-Star. Maybe if you were stealing 3 million fans to 5 million fans, at this point you could have possibly been able to play it on veteran difficulty, but for most average players, they were doing All-Star as well, so you're just gonna have to knock it out on All-Star. With that being said, the Tampa Bay Rays, I believe they bring in a right-handed pitcher as their 5th best currently. But with that being said, I hope you guys did end up enjoying today's content. Make sure you guys hit that like button or subscribe button, notification bell. Inside the description is our Twitch. Make sure you guys click the links, Twitter as well, all of that. Check it out. It's all inside the description. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.